Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of the Whitetail Obsession. It's actually December here in Wisconsin, and
yeah, it's cold out.
it's real cold today, well below zero. If any of you are from Wisconsin, you know that we're like wind chills of 30 below right now, and snow last night and whatever. But we're going to bring you a couple of hunts actually during the rut.
Yeah, I mean, it was just Wes's was right before the rut, and I think yours was what,
The
a
week before,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, so, Wes's was, mid-November, so just before the gun season.
Yeah.
And then I shot mine a week before. I think I shot mine like the 11th of November, and Wes shot his a week later. But we're gonna do my hunt first. It's actually a nice 8-pointer. I had passed on earlier. We got some video. You'll see that in the video. It was really early, a couple weeks into bow season. We had a couple bigger deer on the property. You guys seen last week that I happened to miss one of those deer.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, and I had this opportunity this particular day. Like a couple smaller bucks go by before I get a chance to shoot this deer, and it's quite a fiasco.
Yeah, you did some grunting, and you did some, was it can calling, or I don't know.
Can calling, clicking. It was kind of a buck tending a doe deal, and I had a food plot up in the hill behind me, and he was down below me, and he thought they were in the food plot above, and you'll see what happens. Half of it was luck, I'll tell you that. I actually let my battery go down in my rangefinder. It wasn't my rangefinder's fault. It was my fault for not checking my battery, and I was getting some misreadings, and ended up judging the yardage like I would in a regular competition. So
yeah,
I ended up taking a nice buck. You'll see that.
Yeah, it ended up working out, and then kind of the deal with Wes's hunt is I think it was a week or 2 weeks before, I carried this decoy all the way back to this field, and I got there, and some lady came through, and she was yelling and screaming at her dog, and that kind of put an end to the night for us. So
that didn't help much.
We just left that decoy there, and Wes went back, I think a week or two later, and he put that decoy out, and usually we don't have too good at luck. We're not like Carl, but
pure luck, right?
It definitely worked better this time, so you're going to have to check this hunt out with Wes.
I just heard a grunt, so pretty sure that the chase phase is really rolling at this point. So we're sitting about halfway up on this hillside. We have food plot up above us about 60 yards. It's thick and they trail through here down below. It's kind of an oak walnut flat on a hillside south facing. So we're hoping these deer will come through here, get an opportunity at shooting a buck. We'll see what happens. There's a few good ones on the property. Stick around. That didn't take long. A nice 2-year-old, but not what I was looking for yet. I'm gonna give myself a chance here. It's a great deer, but not what we wanted. It's too early for that. It's only Wednesday. Just before sunup, we're gonna do a call here, breeding call. Like there's a buck with a doe, some deep throaty grunts, some ticking, and then a couple grunts every now and then. Seems to work out pretty good this time of year. We'll see what we can get coming in here, but there's a few bucks around cruising. They just got the cornfield up above us here last night, so that's kind of a good thing. In combination with the grunt and the can call. Let's see what we get.
Meh. Meh. Meh.
Oh, it's a nice 8-point. It's November 9th. And he was down below me, and I grunted at him, got him to come up. I was kind of hoping he'd be like really close. But the second shot, it was kind of a jumpy shot. I actually hit my arm against the... Oh, excuse me. I hit my arm against the tree, so I know he went a ways. I seen him go probably at least 80 or 100 yards. I gotta review the film and see what we got. But I'm hoping I'm done here. Really nice 8-point. Kind of quartering at me. It was like a 45-yard shot. We just got the best opportunity ever. I missed this deer twice before I ended up getting him. I don't know. The first shot was my fault. I misjudged the yardage. I pulled my rangefinder up and I noticed that the battery's actually starting to get a little low, which was my fault. I might have got a false reading. But what I thought was 30 yards was actually 43. Shot right underneath him. You'll see that on camera. Next shot was actually 50. And I shot right over top of him, and the deer just didn't want to go away. I called to him. You guys are going to see that. Honest truth, it is what it is. I don't know if the rangefinder's on or not. Or I was just shaking a little bit and ranging stuff that wasn't, where it was. But regardless, he ended up coming to this opening at 45, quartering at me, and I put that shot on him that you guys just seen. I'm a little ecstatic. Kind of wound up. It's been a long year for me here in Wisconsin. Actually, all the way around. We went to Missouri, didn't have a really good trip down there. Had some bad luck here. Just a couple mishaps and some good deer you guys will see earlier. But hopefully this deer will be laying over here probably 80 or 90 yards. That's pretty cool. See the ruts going on here in Wisconsin. So, like I said, November 9th here in southern Wisconsin. They're up in the field. He don't care I'm here. She don't care I'm here. I'm gonna get my gear down out of this tree, which is awkward to get into. And we're gonna go see if we can find our deer.
It's November 9th here in southern Wisconsin. Hunt on one of my favorite properties to hunt on, and shot this nice buck you guys seen this morning. I'm actually going to head in right here. The arrow actually quartered out through his hind quarter, so we didn't have a lot of blood. Found a few specks. Kind of knew where he was going to go. Came along the trail here and found him laying right in the bottom, so there wasn't a big blood trail to follow or show you guys. So we're just going to cut in here. He's off the road here about 20 yards. solid. But pretty solid deer. You can see that my exit wound is back. The entrance wound, I'm sure when we roll him over, it'll be right behind the front shoulder. He was quartering at me pretty hard, so he's a nice 8-point. I believe that I had filmed this deer earlier on a scrape, I think probably about a month ago, and me and the landowner had talked at that point on whether or not we'd shoot him or not, and how old he was, and thought he was a maybe. And this seems to be about the size of the deer we're seeing this year. We don't have a lot of older class deer on the property, so I decided I was going to take him this year. He's a great Wisconsin buck, and I'm thrilled to death.
Well, it's Monday, November 7th. The run's supposed to be underway. However, it's really, really warm out. It has been for like 4 or 5 days. I personally have not seen a whole lot of activity. We've been hunting pretty hard. Little bucks, year and a halves, maybe 2.5s. Doing some walking, but I have not seen any chasing yet, any grunting. Not seeing a whole lot of activity at all. But nonetheless, we're in the tree tonight. We're hunting over a cornfield, a big cornfield, and an alfalfa field. We do have buck decoy out tonight. Just hoping a nice mature buck crosses this field, or maybe follows a doe into it, and we can put a shot on him. So, about 2 hours left of daylight. Time's winding down. We've got rifle season here in 2 weeks, so we're looking to get it done. Stay tuned. came in here tonight and we put the decoy out in this hayfield, and we saw a couple of bucks earlier in the night, and I actually caught a glimpse of this buck out in this cornfield, and he wouldn't quite come in, and all of a sudden just he got in the right mood and he came right in, and I think he was about, I don't know, 15 yards from the decoy, and he was probably gonna hit it. Not quite for sure, but I didn't stick around long enough. I think he's a 9-pointer. Not the biggest buck I've shot, but I sure am proud of him. Tell you what, I've hunted hard this year, and we don't have a whole lot of time left between now and Kansas, so we're looking to get it done here in the Wisconsin rifle season. Then we head to Kansas, so we're gonna back up here and go take a look at him.
Well, we got out of the stand, and I went and got some help. We saw him go down on film. He just ran just across this field, and he went down just inside the woods. But I went up to where I shot him. I couldn't find my arrow. So we went back and we got some lights, and we just came back here to where we shot him. We have blood right here, so we're just going to track him down to where it was at and just try to find my arrow, and we'll go and recover him. So here's the first blood. There's some more blood. There's more. A little bit more. Here's the arrow right here. Well, it looks like he took the arrow about 10-15 yards. I didn't blow right through him, but nonetheless it did the job, so let's go down and get him. Live by this tree. Take some blood. There he is right here. Well, we just came in here and we found him. Like I said, we watched him go down on film. We had the decoy out tonight, and it's November the 7th. Bucks are rutting. There was no does in the field or nothing, but there was 3 different rack buck in the field, and this guy came out and he looked like he was gonna possibly hit the decoy. I shot him before he got a chance to. It's like a 32-yard shot. The DEFCON 6 and the Black Eagle arrow combination, he didn't run maybe 60 yards tops, so sure did do his job, and we're gonna get him out of here and take him to the process.
So you guys, hope you guys enjoyed those hunts. A couple quick hunts with Wes and myself.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, you got a little bit of everything, calling, decoy action, so I mean, you got to see part of the rut.
Yeah, it's kind of some of the things that we use to take deer every year. Some of us are a little luckier with decoys and calling than others.
Yeah, I don't, my luck is usually the tail goes up and the nose goes up and away they go, but.
Yeah, it just depends on the mood of the deer a lot of times. But next week we're going to bring you some gun hunts from Wisconsin.
Yeah, we had some pretty darn good luck gun hunting this year, and then I think after that, later, maybe the next episode, we're going to roll into mule deer hunts.
Yeah, we got a couple mule deer hunts coming up also. Me and 5 of the pro staff headed out to North Dakota, so be sure to stay tuned for those. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Coming up here in January, we're actually going to be doing at least 1 hunt a week for the entire year. Also, we'll have our turkey show, Thunder Alley, but we're going to mesh it all together, and we're going to call it The Obsession. You guys are going to be able to check it out. It's kind of like a prerequisite for a TV show or stuff like that. It's more of just a web show. Seems to be what happens nowadays. Everybody wants to watch it on the internet, and be sure to check it out.
Thanks for watching.